Okay. Hello. Why? Oh my god, that's just suspicious activity. Okay, whatever. Hello. Good evening, everybody. 7:32 p.m. And yeah, today was a big day for me. Did quite a bit of everything today, and I just want to wrap the day off by doing a little bit of solo project and streaming as well, of course. And I'm gonna try and do an image upload plus an auto login feature today, and see how it goes. Hopefully I should be able to do it in an hour if that's possible. If things go well, we can do it in an hour. Again, this is a TypeScript project. It's pretty new to me as well, so it might take a little more than an hour, so might have to do it in another session or off camera, but we'll try our level best to finish this today. And yeah, let's get going, guys. I'll just fix that up. I'll just copy one of these styles I just found, that and the A tag. Okay, let's get going. So what we are aiming for today is not this. I'll just minimize it. I'll go there. So what we currently have is this. Let's go for portfolio manager. So that should be in localhost 3000 if I am not wrong, and hopefully things are still working. So let me check with these credentials. Okay, things are still working. That's perfect. Let's go to manage projects. See, we've got our projects here, and I am gonna try and go to add a new project, and here we have a couple of things. We've got our usual name, image URL, and all of the things, but what we are looking to complete today as a feature is this, the image upload feature, where we can go ahead and browse any image, and we can go ahead and do this, and we got our image here. We can hit save project, and that should basically enable us to send the image to the backend, and the backend handles all the uploading to the cloud and sends us a secure URL, makes a secure URL out of that, and stores it back on our database so that we can fetch the data from the database and render out our image. Okay, sounds pretty straightforward. So that's basically what uploading an image to cloud means, and we're trying to incorporate that feature here. So we've got two options here. This is an option A, so which basically enables us to put an image URL. Just go ahead to any image like this, and you copy one of the image link and you paste it there, and that's it. We've got our image come up, right? But the other thing that I want to do is, sometimes we might not have the URL or image out in the cloud already, so we want to upload that from our device as well. So we go ahead and browse it, right? It's pretty straightforward. And also, when I go ahead and refresh this page, see what happens. We are automatically logged out, so we're trying to fix that up by logging ourselves automatically. So before we go into making the upload image feature, we will start off with auto login feature, because I might have to go ahead and refresh the page again and again, which will go ahead and put me to this page because we will have our Redux state refreshed and our user will not be there. So as long as I have access token, I should be able to log in into the system without being redirected to our home page. Okay, that's the whole goal. So let's go to our portfolio manager and let's check our network tab to begin with. So go to our storage. Some people like to use Google Chrome, but here I am using Mozilla Firefox, and I don't think it makes that much of a big difference no matter what browser you use to dev. Okay, but for now I'm using Firefox, and we've got our storage. Oh, I'm looking at cookies, I'm sorry. So we're looking at local storages. We've got refresh token in local storage, and in our session storage we've got our access token, which is perfect. Now all we need to do is check if we have access token, and if we do have access token, then fetch it and send it to the backend so that it knows that, hey, we are already logged in previously. We've got our access token stored in our session. So use that to log us in to the system back again. Okay, that's the basic flow, I would say. So let's go ahead and start finding out what we are doing. So we are trying to find an API. Let's close everything first. Save it. It's just the rest.htp file. Let's try and find the API which is firing off the request. So that's gonna be user API. Maybe I don't have that. So maybe auth API. So auth API, I have that. Okay, login API and fetch customer detail API. And in order to do that, we would need, okay, let's check our API processor again. Is private true? And if that's true, we gonna need authorization token. We get the token and send that off. Headers is private. If it's true, we're gonna have to send token. Okay, what are we doing with the token then in the backend? So are we sending fetch customer detail API? Are we using that in our main page? So it's gonna be maybe layout.tsx. Let's check that. I don't know if we should be using use effect here to do that, or maybe I'll try and do page.tsx, page.tsx/app. Okay, that's our home page. Oh, that's our home page. Okay. But we are not always directed to home page. So I think layout.tsx is our go-to portion. Let's ask ChatGPT. That's pretty easy. Let me cross that. Just turn on the streaming thing here. ChatGPT. Hey GPT, I want to use a use effect to fetch user detail in a Next.js project. I would do that in app.jsx in normal react.js project, but I don't know where I should be doing this in Next.js project. I would say maybe page.tsx, that's the home page, or layout.tsx. Let's double check it. can use it only inside client component, so that you just like put globally, right? So if you want the user to load on every page, use a client component. Normally runs on the server. You must mark it as a client component. Okay, that's cool. And let's go ahead and use the classic fetch now. Okay, we've got our XCS helper, so that's not a biggie. This is the closest equivalent from CRA. Good when you want to go that one say even with the user only on a single page. Put it in page.tsx. Page of my website is using layout.tsx. Maybe I should make another component to do just that. Create a client wrapper layout only for the pages which user. Only this layout fetches user. I think I got it. Sorry, which was it? Okay, this one, right? I'll just cross the other one out for the time being. That's fine. Okay, so this is our page where we don't need the auth component, right? That's basically okay for us. So we'll go ahead and log in. That's our home page, right? So we've got dashboard. Let's check layout.tsx in dashboard, right? Perfect. Please log in to continue. Router.replace. If the user ID is not there. Perfect. Let's go ahead and make another use effect, because this is already a client component. Run an empty dependency. So where's our API? Let's call our fetch customer detail API. Okay, I think I'll need the hook const dispatch equals to use app dispatch, because for whatever TypeScript reason, normal dispatch would not work, and I'm exporting that from Redux hooks. There we go. And we've got our type already declared here as app dispatch equals use dispatch, a function which has the type app dispatch from, oh no, not that. Where is it? Here, there you go. App dispatch, it's type of store.dispatch. So I have no idea where it's coming from. Oh, here. It's just a TypeScript thing. I'm not very aware of what exactly it's doing, but it's working for now, so we'll go with that. Maybe we'll understand it later. Let's go ahead and dispatch it, because without that our code will not work, and we have to go ahead and import that into our code. Let's go here, and what is it expecting? What is it expecting? Fetch customer detail API. Yes, Buku. There's pasta in the fridge. You can heat it and you can have it, Buku. Thank you so much. Let's be a moment. Okay guys, I'm back. Sorry for that. I was just okay. Little no, you can have it first. Sorry for that guys, I'm back again. Okay, let's get back into it. So we have this function here. It's not accepting anything except for get user, and we need an access token for this, right? So what is it complaining about? No. Okay, so what is it actually asking for? Oh, it's calling API. We're not trying to call API, are we? Auth API. I think we had an action for that to fetch customer detail API. That's fine. We would normally go through the action get customer detail. Ah, there we go. That's the error it's giving because we can't do the dispatch here in the API itself. So we'll have to go for our action file. We have that. And let's dispatch this function instead. And let's import that. Okay, it's not gonna throw an error, but let's check the dispatch type. Just give it a type of any further time being, so it's not complaining as much. Get fetch customer detail API, and then we're gonna data status equals to success. If it's success, we're gonna set the customer. If it's not success, we're gonna set it to null. That's pretty straightforward. So double check the API, doing that, we're using, and then since it's a private route, so we're gonna API processor and get request, and that front end is actually done. So we'll just have to search for Puku. We will just have to search for our I keep forgetting what's our route that we're hitting. So auth API, a user route. So let's look up for our API URL. Do I have an user route? Okay, user route.ts, get user details. We've got our controller. Let's go into controller with doing that. Headers.get. Sorry, we are not doing that. Okay. So first thing first, what exactly are we even doing? Let's cut off everything. So let's put everything inside a try and catch block. What is happening? Let's console log the error first. Dot message. Check if we have it, and if we do have it, do that, and return next, not the request but response.json, and we're gonna send the status of error and a message of internal server error, and we're gonna send a status of 500. Something's not right. Okay, something's not quite right. Got one there, so close it. Perfect. And we have gonna have to cut it. Let's try await mongoose connect. I think that's the thing. What is happening? Why is it? Oh my god, so many typos. Okay, we tried that first, and Oh, thank you. No, I'm good. Thank you. Just had pasta delivered by my waifu. I'm thankful for that. Just gonna have it. Sorry guys, I'm having food and doing stream. I'm so sorry for that. Okay, I've got an auth function. Is that our do I have a middleware for that, or I've got any utils? Okay, I've got auth.ts util. Let's start get authorization. Unauthorized status 401. So we sending off, what are we sending off with that? We're sending off the user, right? So basically we do send in the request. Okay, const user equals to, is that an async function? Okay, async require auth, and we're gonna pass in our request object in there. Straightforward. And if user is there, we're gonna say return next next response dot session status equals to error, no, success, and message equals to user details fetch successfully, and gonna send the status as 200. Okay, else return next. I'll just copy the whole line of code there. Error, babe, status 500, and error fetching user detail. At first I thought since we have an error here, the try catch block would, like, the code would straight up go into the catch block, and the catch block would catch everything, and we would not need this part of the code right here. But apparently, like, since it's not a MongoDB query exactly, I have to go ahead and put in this validation as well. I assume, like, even here in this query, like, since if we had any error from MongoDB side during the query, we would straight up go into the catch block and we would, like, send that out, right? But it's not working for whatever reason, and so since that's the case, we're just putting another else statement here to return another next response. Okay, let's try and test it out. So if I go ahead and see that, okay, why is it happening? Okay, I'm being redirected back. Get user, let's check request. Okay, are we sending authorization token? Yes. Are we getting a response? User details fetched successfully, but where is the user, right? Where is the user? We don't have user. So how are we trying to handle it in our auth API? Okay, that's okay. On data, we're getting data.status successful, data.customer. So we'll have to say it's customer. Okay. So we also have to send customer is user, right? Message. Okay. Try it again. Oh, for a brief period there, we had our user and it went away. Let's see what's happening. So we're getting user, a customer object back, and in which we have another object called user. Okay, this is not what we were expecting. So before we send away that, let's go ahead and console log our user. Let's add in a flag there and see what's happening behind the hood. So I'm having that. I know I should be testing that in Postman or REST HTTP or something because it's my API endpoint, but we're not doing that, are we? Because we've got our front end set up as well. So why not use the whole network tag and everything? Okay, so let's see. So we're getting an object which has another object which has a property called user, and its value is another object. Maybe we have to go ahead and fix our auth.ts to send in the right thing. We found the user, find by filter. Can we go ahead and console.log user in auth.ts and see what we have there? Is it an array or object of object or whatever it is? Let's see our console. Okay, so user in auth. So we're getting one user, right? We're getting one object. We're returning that. Why are we even doing that? So if we do that, then we are gonna get just user here. We'll go ahead and remove that thing there and another console here, and we will send off customer as just the thing. We're not being logged out, guys. As you can see, we've got our customer details here. Name, email. Password. Why do we even have password here? So definitely this part of auth.ts is not working, guys. Might have to go ahead and fix that. Let's ask ChatGPT why it's not working, but it's definitely not working because the password field is still there. Why do you think the password key and the property is still there on the user object? Yeah, I'm using Mongoose, so not known is a model instance with getters or proxy and types of objects. So deleting a so plain user, we have to go ahead and stringify it to make it a plain object, and let's go ahead and check if that's true. Debug it here, log out, tester. Okay, we logged in. Where is our maybe we didn't save it. I'm so sorry to do that, guys. Okay, what's happening to my code? Let's see. False, false. Maybe what we can do is equals to an empty string. Getting that. Hey, log out. Where are we getting that? Where's our console statement? Console is the only console statement we've got. Let's refresh it. Go to tester and test it. Our AutoLogin is not working as well. Okay, we have successfully set the password to empty string, which is exactly what we want. We don't want to be sending in passwords even if it's encrypted. What's the next step? We got the data. We're trying to load the data in the Redux store. Oh my god, I don't have any extensions, so I'll have to use my a normal Firefox. I'm sorry guys. Okay, I don't have any extensions on. I don't have any Redux store. Oh no, I do have it in the store still. But why am I being redirected? Maybe it has something to do with here. If we don't, okay. If the user is there, get customer detail. And if, okay, so I think I get what's happening. Or maybe not. What is this doing? Return null. Don't need that line of code. A router.replace. It's navigating to home page. Should I put it under the same use effect? It's better to ask ChatGPT. The AutoLogin is not working. Should I the user ID check code in the same I have to say one dispatching, another checking. If the problem is the second it runs before async finishes, so it's still undefined. Use how to fix it. Combine the logic into one effect and watch the user state. Async thunk. Okay. I'm gonna do that, and once that's done, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna remove that. I'm gonna await that. So let's const get user equals to async await there. There. Maybe this helps. Ah, I'm still being redirected. I'm getting the user. I'm getting the request response. I'm getting customer. I am checking the redux and I'm getting user in the redux and I'm still not getting the thing. I mistakenly opened the blender. Let's check our redux dev tools. Okay, and user store. So we only have two states there. Very interesting. Sorry to do that. Okay. So what's the issue then? Let's go back to here. Get customer detail. not returning anything. Huh. If user not equals to undefined. What have we done in another of my project? So I'm pretty sure we make use of two of these, right? So I've got this. I'm gonna replace it with that. That works okay. Then I'm gonna do that router and user. Let's see if that fixes the problem. But I'm pretty sure it should be working without even, see, it's not working, so something's not quite right. Okay, so if remove that, let's try and open on one of my projects. So the code tracker e-commerce. Let's see if I have that here. Let's go to our what component might this code be in. Okay, fetch all product on this point and fit customer detail. Got that here. Auth component. No, it's giving me false info. All we really have to do is check if the user exists. So I'm gonna delete, comment out that part for the time being and just put in console lg user, it's still not loaded. Okay, there we go. The problem was that. Maybe not, maybe not. Users, it's still not loaded and keep getting that code. So if user that I underscore id let's check my Redux. I don't think I can work on the other task that I was looking at. Yeah, sometimes these do take a lot of time, even though I exactly know what the solution is going to be. There are a lot of bugs here and there, and you go around trying to fix that. There's more thinking than writing code, and you're stuck at some point and trying to fix that simple bug. And I'm pretty sure the error is right there in 1 or 2 words, at max 3 lines, and I'm just not finding that right now. So bear with me, and hopefully we'll be able to solve this problem at the very least. Router.replace, we're not replacing anything at the moment, so we're getting user from user app selector. But we have it in the Redux store, right? Yeah, so we want that to happen after that. I don't think we need a wait for that, so it's running before we could go ahead and put in a state variable and do that, but that's not an optimal solution. What I was thinking was get a local variable here like that and set it after dispatch completes, and then check that instead of the user from the store. I could go ahead and put a local variable await the dispatched function and local variable and local variable, but that's not an optimal solution because previously I have made it work with just to use effects in other projects. The first render happens before any effect run. That means on the very first render, So is that a Next.js specific thing? They come with two use effect pattern work there. In plain everything is client side, so the Redux store is fully available immediately. Oh, okay, okay. The first render can access the store's customer right away, and your check works. Extra guard files or a loading flag in Redux before checking the user. I can show next time version of your dashboard. Yeah, that'd be exactly. Trying to is a workaround, but it's messy and not necessarily clean or is either. Huh. Hmm. Hmm. That's important. No, it's not important. No, I know. I know. I just had a look. Do something. I'll make something. Rice and chana. No. Okay, guys. That's it. I'm gonna have to do other things as well. I have to cook, so we could not do the thing completely. I couldn't even finish one feature, but that's fine. That's just the life of a developer. Sometimes there are issues like this, environmental issues, right? So you have to deal with it. It just basically is not working because my my Redux store is not loaded yet, while Redux store always loads first in normal React.js project, and that's the only bottleneck we've hit. So we're gonna try and put a loading variable in our store itself so that we can check the loading state of our Redux data in the store itself. So we'll do that off camera. I'll do that off camera. Maybe it'll maybe take half an hour at max, and I'm gonna fix that up. We'll be back tomorrow with another live stream. I'll be back tomorrow with another live stream, and yes. So yeah, um, in tomorrow's stream we're gonna do the feature in which we can complete the image upload. Okay, so if you guys are enjoying this, watching this, enjoying this and following me, big shout out to you guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the